I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. I'm terribly sorry to intrude, but I was hoping you would tell me how you all know Zavid.
Oh, do you know Zavid too?
Yes, we have a history. I was passing by when I just happened to hear his name, and I thought I'd ask.
Oh, sure. Well, we feel like we owe him a great deal. I guess it all started when he kidnapped us.
Kidnapped you?
Let me explain. My wife and I, we were both chefs, and one day, Zavid showed up out of the blue and practically hauled us back to his home.
There waiting for us were Theodora and these children.
Theodora?
Yeah, Theodora. You know, his girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
These children had lost their parents, and Zavid and Theodora took them in. Then Zavid rushed us back outside. We were so startled by how sudden it all was. We had no idea what he was going to try to make us do.
But then he asked us if we could cook the children a meal that humans would find delicious. He said that Malakim enjoy eating the same kind of food as humans do, but they lack the skills or know-how to cook it.
At this point, how could we not help? We made them the biggest and best meal we could.
It was huge and delicious. The Mabo curry nearly melted my face off.
That's horrifying.
Pasta margarita was the best. Well, I loved the peach pie.
But yeah, after that, we ended up stopping by the house a lot and started teaching Theodora some recipes.
We lost a child to a demon. Ever since, we'd forgotten we could ever laugh. But Zavid, Theodora, and the children, they gave us a newfound joy in life.
From a kidnapper to a savior, then.
Exactly. Until they came along, we'd never even realized that Malakim have hearts, just like people do.
It's because they do that they fight alongside you exorcists against the demons. I see that now.
Right.
What was Theodora like? I love her. When I was too scared to sleep, she held my hand and let me sleep in her bed. She reminded me of my mom.
But Zavid was always so mean to me. One time, he even hit me upside the head.
You two were always roughhousing, being dumb and breaking stuff and getting hurt.
Hey, you wanna fight?
Come on, you two. Calm down.
It sounds like these kids were well loved.
Yeah. But one day, without any warning, Theodora left the house and went missing.
And Zavid went off in search for his love, leaving you two to care for the children.
He asked us to keep the kids safe until he and Theodora returned home.
We just recently moved here, where there's a port, because our old town was too remote.
All right, I think I get it now. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Zavid can be a bit rough and tumble, but he's a good man at heart. If he's in trouble, I hope you'll help him out. If not for him, then for the children.
All right.
I'm always willing to help out my boy Zavid.
Theodora. She must be that white-horned dragon, right?
She must be. I don't see any other reason for Zavid to risk his life protecting a dragon.
To be living with human children who have gone through such trauma, the risk of exposure to malevolence would have been high. And yet she was willing to help them, to take them in. It's no wonder Zavid wants to save her.
But there's no way to turn her back into a Malak, right?
That's correct.
Which is why you feel you have to kill it. I don't disagree with your conclusion.
But
I think you're going about it the wrong way.
how so?
No one would stand by and permit his former love to be killed before his very eyes. Even when said love has been irrevocably changed. If you could empathize with him and talk things out, I think you two can come to terms without having to fight.
For some things, Eleanor, emotion runs too deep for reason to be heard. If he was so easily swayed that words could convince him, he would already have killed that dragon.
But still...
I'm not in the mood to argue. Let's just go.
If only I could learn how to control those flames.
If only, dude. If only. I wonder if now we can go encounter Theodora, the dragon, at whatchamacallit. I want to go to a ball, because after that person was talking about a ball, maybe there's something here for us. Doesn't look like it. The Village of Longing. So very silent, so very sad. Especially after having done the main story.
Good luck.
I still have not gotten this last material? Are you kidding me? What do we have here?
Velvet, is everything okay?
Don't worry, I'm all right. I was just thinking of something that Celica liked to do whenever we passed a gravestone.
What was it?
I have a secret to tell you, she'd say. Then she'd hand me a flower and add, take it to the grave.
What does that even mean?
That's just a bad pun.
Exactly. Celica loved her puns.
Well,
Nico's dogs are so cowardly that when a stranger comes by, they don't bark. They hide up on the woof.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Ugh, feel like someone just broke my funny bone.
I always told her to stop with all the bad jokes. I thought they were so lame. But now that she's gone, I miss them. Every day with Celica was bright, filled with joy. I realize that now.
She'd be happy to hear that. You know, it sounds like Celica and Magilu had a lot in common.
If you're trying to say I'm an unrepunnitent punster, I'd have to object. But if you're trying to say that I'm witty, charming, and the party mood maker, I'll take it. Hey, Velvet, you can think of me as your new sister. I won't stop you. I'll even let you call me Big Sis.
I'm this close to suing you for defamation of character.
I knew I'd see you in court one day. Judge, objection! This is a witch hunt!
You're incorrigible. Anyway, we don't have time to get all misty-eyed. Let's go.
Is there a court system in this universe? How do you know what suing is? But also, you know, I'm gonna be the one to say it. Maybe Celica deserved to die. Especially after that roof pun. At that point, like, maybe you deserve to be eaten by a Nominat or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Open up. I wanted to see, yeah, I was about to say, I wanted to see if over here there was a unique thing. Okay, cool, it does die. Part of the post-game of Berseria is just like going to all locations and double-checking if there are exclamation marks to interact with or not, to make sure you catch all of the possible side content. Even if it's just a couple of extra conversations. There's a stat boost thing over there. Do I have to go around to the stat boost thing to interact with this exclamation mark? Gimme. Here we go.
Both the opening and the advent began here.
This is where the me before I was born died.
And it's where Lord Artorias sacrificed Velvet's brother.
The former leader of the Exorcists and Melchior searched high and low for the resting place of Inominat, the nameless Empyrean. No wonder they never found it. Who'd have thought he'd be sealed away out here in the middle of nowhere?
And these patterns. They're similar to those I've seen in foreign temples, built during the era of darkness.
That's some good camouflage. I doubt Artorias realized the true purpose of this shrine until he witnessed Inominat's power firsthand.
Maybe.
Hey, can we seal Inominat back in here?
No, we can't. I can't detect even a trace of the original seal's art.
Me neither. But I can tell you this is the Earth Pulse point.
Oh well.
If a cat's already out of the bag, it won't go back in. Believe me, I've tried.
Even if there was a way to seal him here again, I wouldn't do it. I want to settle things with the Inominat my way.
Also, like, Loffiset, we already know this is an Earth Pulse point. This is where Orthrus was. All of the Therians were at Earth Pulse points, you mad lad. Alright, that was a nice little bit of dialogue there. Where do I go next? We can try to go to Titania. Let's try and go to some towns that I just haven't been to since we beat Artorias and Inominat and see if they have... I've never been in this inn before, huh? See if they have any exclamation marks for us. Any info or whatnot. Have we been to Helives since finishing the main story? I don't remember. Let's go find out. Murder. Bum 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 bum. Open up. Looks like I probably have been, because there's no one to talk to here. So... Oh, you know what? I think we probably have some stuff to do at the town we took over, Mercio. There should be some side quest. Yeah, okay, there's someone to talk to. I was gonna say, there should be some stuff going on in Mercio. At least. There's stuff in the sanctuary up top, and there's something in the inn. There's someone outside of the inn. All right, here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Question, I'm on my Persona 3 Portable playthrough 2 right now. Should I do Arise or Vesperia after? Arise, easily. I would very much recommend Arise, especially with the DLC coming out. Hello. Grimoire.
Magilu's real name is Magilanica, isn't it?
Yes, it is. She's always been so distant.
Distant? What makes you say that?
She's always had strong resonance and was able to see us Malakim from the day she was born.
But her family thought her powers were creepy, and they abandoned her while she was still just an infant.
That's terrible.
So she got picked up by that crooked troupe that put her in their freak show.
Yeah, that was when she caught me. When I got caught up in her life.
It's hard to imagine how painful it must have been. A little girl forced to the stage, made a source of amusement and revulsion and hate. You can see why she'd want someone on her side, even if that someone was Bienfu.
Hey!
But she managed to get away, right? After the accident?
Well, that accident was set up by Lord Melchior.
What?
Is it so hard to believe? Melchior was looking for someone he could shape into becoming his worthy successor, so he made sure she survived the wreck.
He probably justified it as saving the world.
Tell me, Grimoire, what's your connection with Melchior?
I don't really have one. I knew the former head of the Exorcist a little, but I stayed out of his way. He never talked about personal matters. At least not while he was sober.
As I recall, Magilu trained under Melchior and rose as far up the ranks as Legate.
That's right! She worked really, really hard to get there, too.
Magilanica Lou Maven. When Melchior adopted her and gave her his last name, that was the first time she really felt that she had a home. When she lost that name, she was devastated.
She failed Lord Melchior's last test, and he just discarded her like an unwanted toy.
She was an empty shell of a person when Bienfu brought her to me. Magilu stayed with me for a little while, but then one day she left without warning. As for what happened next, well, you probably know better than I do.
Yeah, I guess we do.
I'd ask you to look after her, but I know how that would go.
It'd have to be a pretty cold day in hell.
I'm sorry I talked about your past behind your back. It wasn't my place to say.
It doesn't bother me. You were talking about Magilanica, and Magilanica might as well be dead.
But while we're on the subject, may I ask just one question? It wasn't failing to hold up against Melchior's art that broke your spirit, was it? It was when you realized that he no longer considered you his daughter.
Who can say? I've left my life as Magilanica behind me. I'm not her anymore. I'm the evil witch Magilu who fights alongside the Lord of Calamity!
Well, wherever you go, Miss Magilu, I'll follow you as long as I live!
Well now, Bienfu, you think you can get away with talking about me behind my back?
Huh? Why do you only care that I did it? What about the others?
Yours is not to question.
How could I forget how mean you are?
I'm glad you finally found a place where you can belong.
Bien! Oh, hey, the color variant stuff. We finally started to get some of them. Took long enough. Where do you fashion, obviously? What's your color variant? Honestly, yeah, why not? We've done the main story and all that, so why not mix it up? I hope we get Velvet soon, because I think Velvet gets a, like, sick-looking blue outfit, I think? A blue version of this outfit? Fine.
If you repent your sins in a sanctuary, the Empyreans are supposed to forgive you or something, right? If I say something here, I wonder if Inomina will hear me.
I don't think it works like that. Besides, I doubt this sanctuary was built on an Earth Pulse point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Was there something you wanted to say to him?
Yeah. I wanted to thank him for the comb, and also tell him what I'll be doing next.
If I had to guess, I'd say that everything you want to say has already made it over to Laufey.
Why do you think that?
Because I got it loud and clear myself.
Fee.
Malakim turned people's prayers into blessings. What you pray here and now may or may not reach Inominat. But it will give Laphicet strength.
All right. Then I'll pray for just one thing. Please, take care of...
That was nice. Nice little scene there. Alrighty then. Let's see what we have down here. You know what? I bet one of these exclamation marks down here is Medissa, and whatever Eleanor's side quest is that I can't remember, I bet it has to do with Kamoana and Medissa. So we can probably finally get that underway. I know we still have more for Roko. Yeah, it is Medissa. I knew it. I'll talk to you in a second. Let me look at this first. Hello. Don't want to try and enhance anything else. Oh, wait a minute, you're done with this Death Ward. I need to move stuff around on people. Yeah, you're done with this, so back to the Misfortune Ward. Big attack up, very good. Done with the Barrier Ring. You need Anthro Ring. Get on it. I like that the books are black and green, honestly. Didn't you... Yeah, you should be on this now, right? BG goes down, focus goes down slightly, but your other stats go up. Your magic attack barely goes up, actually. But it does go up, and your physical attack goes up a lot, which is fine. The main thing is I was hoping we could upgrade this enough to get that fire element casting time down. That's why I really want that, but whatever. Yeah, you know what? Enhance this to 4 for Rokurou. May as well. Get that Break Soul power up. Can I get a good mithril waistcoat for someone? This one hasn't been enhanced yet, but it already has the HP increased by 1.1 boost. Oh, and it also has a max HP increased by 1.2, which is insane. So yeah, someone definitely needs to be wearing this one, without a doubt. What is Laphicet wearing? Oh, the Kingly waistcoat. He's not done with it yet. Can I get some more mithril? Get rid of this waistcoat and this waistcoat. Let me look here. Anyone got some mithril stuff in here that we don't really need? Nope. I'm wondering if we'll get a lot more mithril from... Yeah, let's just leave like that for now. I'm wondering if we'll get a lot more mithril from the post-game dungeon drops, because we're going to be fighting a lot of enemies in there, I'm sure. You're done with this finally, and you do need to master your mithril ribbon, so get to work on that. I was about to say, you got something new, didn't you? There you go, bud. Get that done. Oh, and we got a new satchel for you, didn't we? Yeah, the Venus satchel. Oh, this won't take long to master at all. This is a really old one, actually. Hello.
Kamoana's come down with a fever.
What?
I've been tending to her, but it just won't go away. She just keeps mumbling over and over about how she doesn't want to take her mom's medicine.
Kamoana.
We've heard her talk about her mom's medicine before, haven't we?
I gather that it's something her mom used to make her take whenever she came down with a cold.
It might be something specific. If there's any left, it would be back at her old house in Haria, right?
Probably. I don't know if it'll work now that she's a Therian, but I'll go and try to find it.
You'll do no such thing. I'm sorry, but the Abbey's still looking for you, and there's no way I'm about to hand you over.
Don't try to stop me, Velvet.
Look, we'll go to Haria. You stay here and take care of Kamoana.
Eleanor.
Velvet, if you try to fight Medissa, it won't end well. And I would back her up, too.
Look, if we have time to argue about this, we have time to go find that medicine ourselves.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Thank you.
Eleanor, why are you going so far out of your way for Kamoana?
After my mother was taken from me, I found myself an orphan of the Abbey. I grew up figuring that I'd probably become a nun and spend my life in mourning. But on the night of the Advent, my inner resonance awakened. I honestly believed that I had been given the power to change the world for the better, you know? Less sorrow, less suffering. But even after I donned the mantle of the exorcists, I was still pathetic, full of ideals, but so ignorant of the way things really work. That ignorance is what drove me to go after Mahina and take her away from Kamoana. I can't change the past, but at the very least I can atone. I'd do anything to give her a chance.
All right then. She's in your hands.
We'll be as quick as we can.
What was that I just felt?
Laphicet? Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just... I don't know how to explain it, but I sensed something, and it wasn't good. It's like something dark dug itself into my chest. Eleanor's the same as always, right, Rokuro? Nothing different?
Yeah, same old fired up Eleanor. At least, that's what she projects.
That's a cheap project is what that... They really, like... I think they ran out of time on double-checking the subtitles at the end of Berseria. And it's only in, like, skits like that, where, like, the character says the dialogue just fine, but then the subtitles are just slightly off. Just enough to make you, like, tilt your head like, wait, what? It makes me laugh every time. All right, let's go to Haria. Huh, I can only fast travel to... Why? Why are these turned off, but I can fast travel to Helvies and Beardsley? What happens if I just, like, walk out? Take me to Helvies? Very interesting. Obviously, they don't want me to fast travel to Haria.